We don't have anything to hide here if you want to film to a certain level out in the public area.
Right.
You don't
right.
care because you're not going to get back anywhere than the public area.
Right.
Did you, let me start at the beginning here. Did you get the basics from this gentleman, like his name, address, phone number?
I haven't been able to get that yet.
That's what we need to start with.
Well, I gave that to this other person here. See?
Two different...
Right. Well, see, that's...
You're doing it here at the front desk, okay? So
right.
can we start over again so she can get
well,
the basic
that wasn't the first question she asked me.
I asked you what kind of report you wanted to file.
There you go. You didn't say name, date, address.
That you wanted to speak with the sergeant on duty.
Right, and then I walked up here. Did you say, can I get your name and address and phone number? Because I would have gladly given it because I've given it to this last person here.
Okay, but that's all in the past, so let's start
right.
there.
Well,
that's the right thing. So
you're wasting my time, you know.
Actually,
actually what?
Go there. Actually, we're not going to go there.
Yeah, because you're just going to make some comment that I was wasting your time, weren't you?
I don't presume to know what I was going to say.
Yeah,
so
I already presume.
We're going to start at the beginning here, and
Good.
you answer the questions, or we're going to just shut the window, and this is going to be done. Okay.
Wow,
so
I'm really scared now.
Nothing to be scared of. I'm just stating a fact. So
good. I'm happy for you.
Start with the way you
normally
normally do
sir?
it.
Terry. Terry.
What's your last name?
You don't want my middle name? Nemmers.
I can probably find that.
Okay, Nemmers. N as in Nancy. E. M as in Mary. M as in Mary. E-R-S.
All right, what's your date of birth?
3/6/62. All same information I gave to the last guy.
Address?
20179 County Road 28, Glenwood, Minnesota 56334.
All right, and what kind of report would you like to file other than
phone number?
Oh, sorry, phone number.
320-283-5713.
And where did these occur at? In the city of St. Cloud?
Yes. County courthouse. Auditor's office, recorder's office, county attorney's office.
So this was on the Stearns County campus, is what you're saying? Just put Stearns County campus because there's like 5 different addresses for the buildings over there.
And when did this happen?
Well, like I said, I was trying to explain. Initially, I was there on the 14th. Nothing occurred. On 5... Well, actually, I take that back. We were going there to serve this paperwork, like I said. Okay? And then... Good thing you reminded me. No, this is what I want. And then we went to the court administrator's office. Went through the little metal detector thing there. The deputy passed us through, no problem. And then, like I said before, we were trying to file some criminal or some papers in regard to some sort of lawsuit that the county had allegedly filed against the Lowers. Well, then we found out that there was no lawsuit because the lady there told us there was no such case number or blah blah whatever. Then she passed it off to a lady named Roxy, I do believe it was. Okay, and then she started saying that we needed to file some affidavits, for service and stuff like that. And I said, well, no, we aren't filing a lawsuit. And she wanted us to pay $300 some or whatever. And I said, no, we're not here for that. We're here to just put in a response.
Okay.
Alrighty?
What are the start dates to the end dates, though, would you say?
Well, it starts on this day.
She's referring to just the Stearns County stuff because that's the only stuff that we can take a matter of information report on.
If you just let me finish. Yes, this is Stearns County. I was in the Stearns County Court Administrator's office.
Okay.
This is the county attorney's office. Okay, 1411. That same day.
So that would be the start date.
Same day. Yes. Okay. So then, the first lady we talked to had the papers, and then this second lady, who I do believe I said was Roxy, came over, who we called the enforcer, and Roxy, and then tried to say that I had to take the papers back, and I said, no, you've already been served with them. So then she takes the papers and just shucks them, like right in between the two of you, if I would have done that, comes sailing out of there. All right?
Okay.
So now if I were to do that here, you'd throw me out, probably ticket me for disorderly conduct. So here's the complaint that I filed with the Judicial Review Board, because the judges are all responsible for their actions of their court, and I also sent a copy to the city attorney's office, so I'm filing that's my copy of my complaint that I sent to the Judicial Review Board, so that's my complaint that I'm filing against this Roxy there for disorderly conduct.
Okay.
So that's that day taken care of.
Okay.
Alrighty? So then,
Wait, can we stop just
Go ahead.
So so your criminal complaint is you want to file a citizen's complaint for disorderly conduct against Roxy. Do I have that accurately?
that makes sense, yes.
Is it? Okay, so...
And see, the thing is, the YouTube videos, the testimony of David Lauer and Carolyn Lauer are on here. You can look at them. They're on here. Okay? Describes their actions, so you don't have to go by me. It's all written out here.
Who are the Lauers again?
They were someone who got some paperwork from the county.
Stearns County.
Stearns County, yes. We're talking about Stearns County here. Haven't changed counties at all.
Okay, the civil lawsuit stuff really doesn't...
Okay.
Okay, the disorderly conduct with Roxy thing,
I have to tell you some details, because, I mean, if all of a sudden I'm just standing there and she just throws a piece of paper, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I'm putting things into context for you.
We got that. Okay,
good, happy for you.
You understand that.
No, I lived it. I understand it 100%. See, so the thing is, that's where everyone keeps on interrupting me.
You know Roxy's last name again?
I have no idea. That's not my job to find that out.
Which office did you say she was working in, Roxy?
Court Administrator's office. I said that 3 or 4 times, didn't I? Yeah, because we're trying to file some papers in the Court Administrator's office, so it's in the Court Administrator's office. Are you sure you got Court Administrator's office down there?
I have that written down.
Good, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so then...
End date, though.
Well, that's the end of that. That was the end of that situation there. Because we had no problems when we went to the county attorney's office. We had no problem when we went to the HR office, okay, for the county commissioners.
Yep.
Alrighty, so you got that clear.
Correct.
Yep.
Okay, so that pretty much ends that day. Alrighty, so the next time we go there, which is on 5/9/2011, just gonna make sure we're in the right year now, okay, we were bringing this information there, trying to find out why this clerk from Zion Township, of course now I mentioned Zion Township, now you're going to get all cranked up about that, is getting $13,264.91, when the Painesville clerk is getting $6,707. You know, so we were kind of figuring that there's some hanky-panky going on there, because I'm sure if you've heard about Bell County, California, which the HRA guy knew all about, he didn't think there's anything wrong with it, but we kind of was wondering, because as soon as we went into the auditor's office, you can look at that if you want. Here's your auditor, Randy Schreifels, started demanding some information about what was going on with this lady there. We told him that we actually had the county numbers, that they had sent someone. Well, then he got all upset that we had a camera there and didn't want to talk on camera, and said we had to either turn off the cameras or leave, which of course is ridiculous, because I don't have to turn off my camera and I don't have to leave. Okay, as long as I'm there on county business, which of course we were. So then what he does is he goes off in a little huff there, saying he's going to go find security. Fine, go ahead and get security all you want.
I recognize John Lenz.
Yeah, John Lenz, right here. So then they had he comes, after Randy leaves, old John comes toddling in, he smiles at us and everything, you know. And of course we're holding the cameras right in front of his face. He doesn't make any comment about it. Well then Randy, you can look at the back too if you want.
Look at the back too.
Yeah, well we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that, don't worry. We got a lot of pictures to look at. So then Randy comes toddling in there, and he tries to give me the paperwork that I gave him back. And
this stuff that he's holding there?
Yep. So anyhow, because he didn't appreciate that, because it says something about demanding a forensic audit of the auditor's office, because he wouldn't want to talk to us about these numbers right here. So, you know, the bells and whistles are going off in our minds that he's got something to hide. So anyhow, he goes off in a little huff into his office, and then all of a sudden John Lenz comes out of back from where he was and says that we need to leave. And I said, geez, what law says that? Oh, the law that they don't want cameras in here. No, I don't know about you, but I can't find that statute anywhere. See, because there is no law that says I can't have a camera in there as long as I'm there on official county business, which of course I was. See, so then he starts making a scene, you know, saying that we need to leave. Well, at first he was trying to say that, making up these lunatic stories that no one wanted to talk to me. I said, well, did you talk to everyone? Well, of course, he couldn't come up with a good answer for that. So then he says, well, I told you to leave right away. And of course, I have video of this. It's all up on YouTube. Okay, if you look on my website here, here's lionnews00.blogspot.com. And you're not typing very much.
She's getting background. She's
Right.
criminal complaint is besides the disorderly conduct.
Right. So anyhow, if you go to YouTube, it's at Arrested Judge Kit. Probably want to write that down. At YouTube, you can see these videos here. You can see him saying, oh yeah, it's, whatever thing I want to make up.
Is one of these for us?
You can have them both.
Okay.
Not even served with it, so. So anyhow, he proceeds to say that we need to leave then. So I said, well, geez, all you had to do is say that to start with. So I start walking out there, and I'm trying to get the badge numbers of the deputies here, and it's Breath and Garber, something like that. I don't remember. We got the list of all the names here. So he's preventing me from getting the name, badge number, and ID from all these other people, even though you can see right here, he gave me his ID. Of course, I had to make sure I told him a couple of different times because he figured he, wasn't going to do it. And then proceeds to, stick his finger in my face there, preventing me from, getting, trying to interject himself in between us. Alrighty. So, being extremely disorderly and, making everyone think that we're a bunch of criminals, when of course we're not, because we have every right to film there and we have every right to ask public questions. Alrighty? So then this other deputy here, right here, I think it's Garber or something like that. Okay. I lost my sheet there. Anyhow, she's standing outside the door. See? So I'm asking for her name, badge, that ID. So he starts, sure, go ahead. So he starts, making a big scene there, saying that, oh, if you want this information, I'll get it to you later. Well, unfortunately, I have the federal statute, Black versus Cod, says that I can be at any police scene and get the name, badge, all sorts of pertinent information about the officer at the scene. And also, I can also videotape. Okay. See? So he obviously picked on someone who knew what they're talking about there. Alrighty? So then, again, these guys decide that they're going to observe us. Isn't that what they said? They're going to observe us. So they observed us all the way through the hallways there, and he starts making a scene saying that, that we have to leave. I said, no, we're going to the county attorney's office next. So then we're getting down the hall, and he starts yelling back down the hallway saying, oh, I don't think they want you down there. Making a big scene about it. Again, making us appear to be a bunch of criminals. Alrighty, when we're doing nothing wrong. So I said, geez, we were just up there on the 14th. And I got that on video too. Here's the pictures. Okay. I said, they had no problem with us having cameras up there. But see, obviously, this guy who's a law unto himself figures he can just make up whatever law he wants. Alrighty? So, you remember, we had been there on the 14th bringing him this information about the current county attorney in Douglas County, Chad the Felon Larson.
Yep, and now it's the 9th.
Yep. And you can see this, here's a county attorney, or assistant county attorney hiding behind some paper because now they don't want to talk to us anymore. All they're going to want to do is have the little secretaries talk to us. Yeah, go ahead.